Do people actually get jobs from Indeed? I know Indeed is a legitimate website, but does anyone actually get jobs from applying and sending a resume through Indeed? I have literally applied to 900 positions in my field in the past 3 months. I'm extremely qualified for all of them with 23 years experience. And I haven't heard a fucking peep from any of them. I've called probably a third of them directly to follow up, and they always say, "We'll take a look and call you back in a day or two." Almost feels like Indeed is just a data mine for employers at this point. Yup. Got my current job on Indeed. Wasn't really job searching, but stumbled across one that was too good to pass up. WFH and a big pay increase. Applied and was hired within a week. Yep, almost every job I ever had, including my current one. It is legit. I had better experience applying direct to company websites after finding postings on Indeed. If you're doing 900 applications, either you are not being selective enough or your resume needs some real work. I have before, but these days it feels like it's an endless void. Yup. Got my last 2 jobs through Indeed. Find the job on Indeed but apply through the company's website. So far Indeed 1, LinkedIn 0. I applied for a lot more jobs on LinkedIn. Yes. I have gotten jobs from Indeed. I have also gotten jobs other ways too. Are you optimizing your resume for their search engine? I quit applying on Indeed and other sites and consulted with several recruiting agencies. Headhunters instead. I connected with a handful of recruiters who thought my resume was worth bringing directly to one of their clients. It's nice to have someone willing to advise you and also market you to the company. No cost to you, as the company that hires pays the agency the finder's fee. Indeed sucks. Go through LinkedIn or the company's website. I'm a hiring manager and I've never seen a resume that came through Indeed. I have no idea where they go. XD. I've got most of my jobs through Indeed. Although I have to say the quality has gone recently, with mostly trash low-paying jobs or jobs that want to pay $14 hour that you can easily get 20 on applying directly. The 2 jobs I've gotten outside of the military are thanks to Indeed. I've always wondered about the BS people have had to go through to get jobs, and I'm reminded that I must be luckier than most. I've put in a total of 7 applications and 2 of these were roles I took. I put a post up and got over 100 replies in a day. I couldn't call everyone. Selection was honestly semi-random. I didn't even have time to sift through all the resumes. I got my job through it, or at least the one where I got my start at the company. But I'm going to echo the comments about the recommended jobs being ridiculous. I live in the northeastern USA, and my recommendations are all over the place, including a store manager position in the UK. I do, but I'm very selective. I don't apply to any posting over 2 days old, and I never apply on a company's website. I also tailor my resume and cover letter to match each posting. I actually did several of them, honestly. Found it easier to apply and find what to look for than LinkedIn, honestly. Although for my career jobs and something that I want to build a career off of, then I would say LinkedIn. Yup, since I moved to Los Angeles, I've gotten all my jobs off of Indeed. I've gotten my 2 recent jobs from Indeed, both manufacturing fabrication jobs, so the skill set was very specific, but equally both great jobs. Indeed they do. I exclusively use Indeed. Using any other job site has resulted in 0 interviews. I did. For what it's worth. Yep, it's legit. When I apply directly at the company's website rather than Indeed or Zip, only then will I get a response. Indeed. Monster and ZipRecruiter are only good for seeing what's available, not for applying at least. That's how it seems they're mostly for MLM companies trying to recruit 23-year-olds that are lost and will get sucked into anything. It might be your overqualifications. I just met someone yesterday who got laid off from a job they'd been at for almost 10 years along with many other longtime employees. The company then continued to hire new people. Seems companies are more inclined to hire less qualified people because they're cheaper. You say 23 years experience. They hear expensive. It sucks. I found my current job on there. I got my current job from an Indeed application, but I definitely feel like I got lucky more than anything else. Got sick of the shit and drive for Lyft instead. Never been happier. Consider creating an Indeed resume. I find that works better than uploading. I have never had a LinkedIn, and I got my last job from Indeed. Before that I worked at the previous place for a decade, and I applied basically in person for that job. I did, logistics manager, a couple years back. Worked great, paved a job within a couple weeks. I have, but also if I see a job I really want I call the company directly. This usually works. I did, but I think I applied the same day the job was posted. So I probably got lucky on that front. I've gotten all 7 of my previous current jobs through Indeed. But Indeed sucks megaballs. When I was unemployed I was putting in 20 applications a day just for a shitty pizza place to be the only person to reach out for an interview and hire me. I will say I love the jobs I got from Indeed. My current job is awesome and I also still work for the place who hired me at 16 for my first job. I did. A stroke of luck though. A company found my resume on Indeed, looked me up on LinkedIn, and found a vendor we worked with together that provided me a nice referral. That was 5 years ago. If it wasn't for that referral, Indeed would have been useless. I started an application and kept getting emails to finish because the place had openings. Unfortunately, I ended going to move and the job had been for very part-time next door to my apartment. So I never finished the application. I don't know if I could have done the job anyway, but I was going to try. It was for setting up the dining room for dinner and then clearing the dishes in an assisted living building. 2 hours a day, a couple days a week. It was a small building. Anyway, yes. Indeed they do. Got the one I'm at now through Indeed. It's trash. So many fake jobs and resumes never get viewed. It's like Monster. I only use LinkedIn. All I ever get from Indeed is dickhead recruiters lying their face off trying to get me to take a pay cut for an innovative company with room for growth and advancement. Them and LinkedIn can suck it. Got my current job from Indeed. Never got a job from LinkedIn. Clearly many people get jobs from Indeed. What the OP might be experiencing is a lot of non-existent or non-current jobs because it's easy to post on Indeed. Or he might be hitting resume collecting posts. The 900 posting applied to worries me. I would be surprised if there are 900 positions that I could apply to. I got a job from someone contacting me about my resume on Indeed. I got my last 3 jobs from Indeed. Those jobs are trash. I do and have. I'm quite successful at it. Take no offense, but it seems like you're not very good at getting through employers' filters. Yep, I got hired to work at a major theater. I got mine on Indeed and been there for 4 years now. I got 2 of my jobs, current job and the one before, from Indeed. I also got contacted by a recruiter for both of them in 2016 and then 2022. The job I work at now was from an ad on Indeed. I got several I work in law. Very legit.